Mama's in Control, episode 314. Okay, we are on day 6. So we're halfway through the 12 days of mothering, and this is a short podcast series on a daily basis for 12 days that I wanted to do for you. Kind of a spin-off of the 12 days of Christmas. And I'm getting great feedback from you guys saying I'm literally holding your hand through the holiday season. This is the reason why I did this is because we need to reinvent the wheel. They always say, don't reinvent the wheel. This is a space in mothering, in womanhood, in being human, where we need to really start stepping outside of the box and asking ourselves, what does success look and feel like to me? Why am I burning myself out? Why am I go? Why am I angry and resentful? Because everyone wants to know their purpose. And the true purpose of life is not difficult to find. It's joy. What's my purpose? What am I supposed to be doing on this earth, Heather? I want more. I don't want to be tired anymore. I don't want to be angry. I want to feel full. I want to feel light. I want to get my life back. I want to get my identity back. What is that? That feels so hard to me. I used to be that person. And it took me years and years and years to pull back the layers to discover that my life purpose is just to be of service to others. And to do that in alignment with what lights me up. Your purpose is joy. That's it. You're supposed to enjoy life. Whatever your soul craves, whatever you feel lit up about, talk about that. Go spread that. Go do that. Do more of that. Be more of that. But there's this disconnect where we don't need to do so that we burn ourselves out. Because the more alive you feel in your life, the more life you can give to others. So with these 12 universal laws that govern our lives, it's all about that. It's all about finding alignment. A lot of people think this is woo-woo or new agey stuff. It's not. It's just not mainstream culture. So like attracts like, and you find the mentors that you need in your life. So whatever that modality is, whatever you're attracted to, that's what you go and that's what you learn. But remember, if we're always stuck in survival mode, we're never going to get to the next phase in our life with it, which is momentum. And then after momentum, there's a thrival state. And then after thrival, there's this complete and utter abundance. And we can dip in and out of each state in our lives. But if we're always in a state of survival or crisis, and then, it feels like you're constantly walking on eggshells in your life or you're putting out fires, and then you get, I can breathe. And then you stop implementing, you stop practicing, you stop trying to evolve as a person. You don't go to the next step and you knock back down again, right? It's like you don't just put gas in the car once and fill the tank and then never think about it again. Your mindset is everything when it comes to parenting. Your mindset is everything when it comes to success in your business, in your marriage, in your relationships, with your health, your money, your time, your energy. How you think and feel on a daily basis trumps everything else. Because as you can see, there's this cultural epidemic that believing you need to suffer, believing you need to be exhausted, believing that you need to grind and hustle and never do anything to fill your soul in order to be successful is bullshit. Bullshit. Because if you've talked to some of the most successful people out there that you perceive to be successful who embody this, not people who put the illusion on that everything is great and then behind the scenes say, I can't do this anymore, I'm a fraud. The people that you truly admire because they're embodying everything that you desire, they will tell you your energy is everything. And that is why I'm doing the 12 days of mothering. You do not need to buy into this cultural expectation that you need to be miserable and chaotic during this holiday season. Okay, so let's just do a recap of all of the laws so far. So day 1 was the law of oneness, that we're all connected. Day 2 was the law of energy, that your energy matters and that everything is made up of energy. Day 3 is was the law of action, right? If you don't take action, nothing's going to change. Day 4 was the law of correspondence, kind of like what you put out there, you get back. Day 5, the law of cause and effect, similar to the law of correspondence, but just, cause and effect, yin and yang. And then day 6, the law of compensation. So today, this law is like the extension of law of cause and effect, and it means that what you put out is what you'll get back in abundance. If you do random acts of kindness and good deeds often, you'll receive good things back. The same can happen with negative actions as well. So, as you can see, some of these are intertwined, and it's almost like they're just using different language and different wording to say the same thing. But, as I'm diving deeper into this process and going deeper into these laws, what I'm realizing is it's all the same shit. What you put out, you get back. And that's the same thing with the law of compensation. When I'm working with the women that I work with, my clients, whether they are focusing on parenting or they're focusing on business or they're focusing to feel more empowered in their life with their money, their time, their energy, their relationships, their health, the law of compensation is exactly what happens. You do the work, you see the results. What I like about the law of compensation when it comes to parenting, how they said, this law is like the extension of cause and effect, and it means what you put out is what you'll get back in abundance. If you do random acts of kindness and good deeds often, you'll receive good things back. So this is very counterintuitive. Let's just talk from a parenting perspective. This is very counterintuitive to what we've been taught as parents. So the authoritarian approach, which is, I am the adult, you are the child. I am powerful, you are not. What I say goes, you have no voice. Right? Let's be honest. That's how most of us grew up. And because we don't know any better, and because it's habitual patterns, that's how we're teaching our children. And then when you go to the extremes, you think they're walking all over you, which they're not. You just haven't found the happy medium. So let's think about your childhood, for example. What would your life look like if you felt like you were respected and heard from your parents? If you felt you had a voice? If you felt that you knew who was in charge, but you felt like an equal? You were seen, you were heard, you were understood. Would you have reacted differently? Would your behavior as a child showed up differently? How would your behavior change if you felt heard, seen, understood, loved, respected as a child? So in parenting, right, then we're gifted all of our parents' shit and trauma and our grandparents' crap and from previous generations before. And it's like we're holding on to other people's baggage. And if we're committed to this personal development process and growing as a human being in our mind and our body and in our soul, then what happens is we start to look at that and dig through it and go, not this. This doesn't feel good. This isn't working. This strategy is not working for me. It's not working for my children. It's not working for my family. It's creating disconnect. It's creating a lot of stress. And I feel like I'm failing. So when you start digging through that stuff, you realize that there's no law of compensation going on here, and the cause and effect is all negative. So how do we flip that? What you put out, you get back in abundance, positive or negative. If you continuously put out that you're disrespecting your children, I don't respect you, I don't respect your space, I don't respect your voice, you will get it back. Disrespect, disrespect, disrespect. Now, there's a fine line here because some people don't understand what I say. They're like, well, how can I respect my child more? How are they going to respect me? You have to be. Remember the laws are all about us. So you have to do the work first. And then that other person will energetically join your team. You don't need to tell them what you're doing. You just need to change. Remember this random acts of kindness, you get abundance back tenfold. You need to start being nicer to your children. You don't need to let them walk all over you. But when they're having a tantrum, instead of saying, shut up, your emotions don't matter. You're embarrassing me in public. Let's rush out of this space to make sure that nobody sees you because I'm incredibly embarrassed. And now, because you had big emotions and you embarrassed me, I'm going to punish you and I'm going to take things away from you. What's the message that we're sending to our children? Your emotions don't matter. Your behavior is embarrassing. When you are out in the world and you feel out of control, I'm embarrassed by you. Therefore, I'm going to punish you. And we do the best that we can with what we have. So the law of compensation when it comes to parenting is put out what you want to receive back. If you want more connection with your children, then you have to intentionally create connection with your children. You have to put that out. You get back what you put out. The law of compensation. Now think about this when it comes to business success. A lot of women that I work with, money. I fucking love money. I used to be terrified by it because I grew up with no money. Money is not scary. Money is amazing. You can make massive shifts in your life with money. And money, it's a currency, it's energy. And nowadays it's not even paper. It's just numbers in a bank account. What is money? It's a man-made game. But yet our relationship with it is so damaged, that culturally we're trying to pick up the slack from like the Great Depression and beyond, the lack from generations before. Trauma passes down through families. And in order to get to where we want to be, we have to do the work. The law of compensation. What you put out, you get back tenfold. If you put out, I can't make any money in my business. I am not good enough. I can't get that promotion. No one will ever pay me for this. I'm a single mother and I'm only on one income. Therefore, I can't. All of this is BS. You're putting that out into the world. You're limiting yourself. What do you want? Put that out, you'll get it back tenfold. Start doing nice things for people that has nothing to do with money. With no expectation. Not coming from a place of lack. How can I help you today? Awesome, I have a resource for you. Here it is. No expectation. Random acts of kindness. Law of compensation. You get back tenfold. You want your business to be successful? Go help people with no expectation. How can I help you today? Get on the phone with 100 people that you think you can help. Talk to them. How can I help you? Give them 20 minutes of your time. Thank you. No expectation. This is daring leadership, as Brené Brown calls it. Just showing up. No fear, no judgment. Authentically wanting to create change in the world and it coming back tenfold to you. The law of compensation. I find a lot of the conversations that are going on around, overwhelm and burnout and chaos and understanding our children's behavior and diagnosis and mental health and all of these things are focused on lack. And it's ingrained in us. I can't, I don't, you don't understand. And even though we cannot understand what we're individually what we're individually struggling with and challenged with on a daily basis, what we can do is change our story around it and change our beliefs. I can't to I can, or how can I? How can I? How can I use the law of compensation to get more out of my life? To be more and to receive more. I can give more. Now listen, the law of compensation, we're great givers as women. Give, and give nothing to ourselves. But what if we use the law of compensation to give to ourselves, and therefore the abundance comes back tenfold with the abundance of energy, of feeling good? Give to yourself, give to yourself, give to yourself. Saying no thank you. Creating more space, giving yourself space. The law of compensation coming back tenfold. I feel spacious. You have to give to yourself and others in order to receive. But if you're giving more to other people than you are to yourself and you still feel out of alignment, you have to reassess. The law of compensation. All right, guys. So that's what I have for you today. The law of compensation. 12 days of mothering, day 6. Tomorrow is day 7. And which is the most well-known law, the law of attraction. So I'll be diving into that one. I think it's probably one of the most well-known universal laws and also probably very misunderstood. So I'll be talking a little bit about that. What else do I got for you? I think that's it. All right, ladies, talk soon.